Your black cat stands tall and confident. He owns every room he enters. He creeps toward the mug on the counter, pupils wide, paw slowly reaching. He pushes it off. Calm, deliberate, looking straight at you. No regrets. He stands there unbothered in his tank top, arms crossed, completely innocent. He sits on top of the refrigerator, surveying his entire kingdom from above. He hides under the coffee table, eyes glowing, waiting for the perfect moment. He leans in the doorway, half asleep, but the counter is already on his mind. He sits on the floor with the remote, staring at nothing, completely understimulated. He puts his paw on your laptop keyboard and looks at the screen with total focus. He reaches toward the glass of water, glancing sideways at you while doing it. He lies on the sofa, scrolling his phone, but his tail is already restless. He stands at the open fridge at midnight, one paw on the door, thinking. He walks through the hallway in his long coat like he has somewhere important to be. He sits on the windowsill, pressing his hand to the glass, watching the world outside. He points at the fallen mug in shock, but deep down he is not surprised at all. He stares at the vase on the dining table with cold, calculating predator eyes. He leans over the desk plant, sniffing it, filing the information carefully away. He reaches toward the soap on the sink edge, one eyebrow raised in mischief. He sprints down the stairs, looking back. The energy has nowhere else to go. He examines a decorative figure from the shelf like it is evidence in a crime scene. He sits on the counter, watching you walk away, and the cup is right beside him. He lies flat on the desk, staring at the rolling pen with hypnotized predator focus. He stands at the front door, looking back into the apartment, king of everything here. He stands at the window at night in pajamas, silhouetted, thinking, always thinking. He holds the broken mug and looks at you, completely unbothered, completely himself. He stands at the whiteboard explaining exactly why he does what he does every day. He examines the mug through a magnifying glass in his lab coat. Pure science, pure focus. He crouches on the kitchen floor in full hunting mode, locked onto a bottle cap. He holds up the cycle chart. Sniff, touch, push, fall, reaction, repeat, every time. He touches the glass on the shelf, feeling its weight, texture, every tiny vibration. He sits at the kitchen island studying 3 objects, deciding which one goes first. He catches the falling glass mid-air, the hero of the crime he committed himself. He moves slowly along the bookshelf, touching every single spine with one claw. He sits at his desk in a button-up shirt documenting every experiment in his notebook. He cooks at night in pajamas, and on the counter beside him a cup sits dangerously close. He tracks the dust particles floating in the sunlight beam, paw slowly rising upward. He crouches on the filing cabinet, calculating which paper on the desk to disturb first. He stands with a clipboard doing a full professional inventory of potential target objects. He lies across the entire kitchen counter, claiming every inch of it as his territory. He pretends to check his phone while eyeing the vase on the console table sideways. He sits in the empty bathtub, surrounded by every shampoo bottle he has pushed off the edge. He stands at the top of the stairs, looking down, calculating, completely still and focused. He leans in slow motion over the desk, extending one claw toward the pen at the edge. He sits backwards on the kitchen chair, staring at the fruit bowl with strategic intent. He is caught mid-crime, paw on the falling phone, looking at you without any shame. He stands surrounded by objects on the floor, arms spread wide in a dramatic shrug. He stands in the study with hands clasped behind his back, surveying the desk like a museum. He gestures philosophically toward the counter, explaining something to an invisible audience. He sits surrounded by his own diagrams connecting push, reaction, attention. He cracked it. He stands at the bathroom mirror in his bathrobe, looking at his reflection with pure confidence. He opens his arms toward you. This is not aggression. This is an invitation to connect. He sits beside you on the sofa watching TV together, close but giving you your space. He looks directly at you and blinks slowly. In cat language, this means I trust you. He follows you through every room of the apartment. You are the center of his world. He sits on the kitchen floor, looking up at you while you cook, simply wanting to be near. He watches you pick up what he knocked over, studying your reaction with scientific curiosity. He sits on the counter watching you read, one hand resting near the cup, just in case. He sits beside you on the park bench, leaning very slightly toward you, always choosing you. He holds the framed photo of the two of you together. He remembers every moment with you. He stands at the window watching the rain. Calm, reflective, your presence makes him safe. He sits beside you on the bathroom floor, leaning against the tub. No agenda, just together. He walks toward you across the living room with his tail high. He is always glad to see you. He lies across your lap, completely melted. This is what total trust looks like for a cat. He sits beside you at the desk while you work, not touching anything, just close to you. He presses his forehead gently against yours. No words exist in any language for this moment. He sits bolt upright at 3 a.m. while you sleep. He is watching over you. He always does. He eats from his bowl, looking up at you between bites. Calm, trusting, completely at home. He sits on the sofa with arms crossed after being ignored. Wounded dignity is still dignity. He holds the door handle, looking back at you. Come back. I will always be here waiting. He jumps with his fist raised because you finally reacted. Connection was all he ever wanted. He stands at the window at dusk looking at the city. You are his whole world inside this one. He makes 2 cups of tea in the kitchen. This apartment is shared, and he knows it fully. He stands in the autumn park smiling at you, happy, open, genuinely glad you understand him. He lies on the rug, relaxed and at peace. Everything he needed was here the whole time. He stands in the center of the room, looking at you. This is who I am. Now you know me. You jump and yell when he pushes the mug. And he gets more excited, not less. Wrong move. You freeze completely still. And he lets go because the game suddenly has no reaction. You point at him 10 minutes later. He has absolutely no idea what you are pointing at. You spray him with the bottle. He is more agitated now, not calmer. This never works. You dump 15 toys on the floor. He sits in the middle of them, completely bored. You play with the feather wand together. This is what his brain and body actually needed. You shout at him. The loud noise is still a reaction, and a reaction is still his victory. He works the puzzle feeder with full focus. Hunting through food is exactly right for him. The automated toy spins, and he watches it for 2 minutes before losing interest completely. He leaps and pounces at the feather wand in the evening. This is the routine that works. He slouches on the sofa after play, eyes half closed, completely settled and at peace. You look at your phone instead of him. He sits beside you quietly, getting further away. He looks up at the cat tree with genuine interest. Vertical space is not a luxury for him. You sit at the table together with no phones. This is what quality time actually looks like. He tilts his head back in bliss as you scratch his chin. Right touch at the right moment. He watches the birds at the window feeder. Free enrichment that costs you nothing at all. You extend your hand low and open. He approaches on his own terms. This is how trust starts. You go about your routine, and he watches calmly. Respecting his space builds the bond. He performs a perfect high five. Small training creates big positive connection between you. He eats his treat after play, still panting slightly. The full hunting cycle is now complete. He sleeps in his cat bed, completely curled. Z's lines above. A played cat sleeps all night. He points at the morning and evening slots on the schedule. This is all it takes every day. He approves the modified coffee table with soft edges. Thoughtful environment solves problems. He plays with another cat outlined beside him. A second cat gives what no toy ever could. He sits in his armchair reading, completely calm. This is what the right routine produces. He stands at the podium in his graduation robe. He has always known more than you realized. He sits surrounded by his research notes. He figured out the cause and effect long before you. He presents the push-reaction connection diagram to the audience. This was always his thesis. He stands with one hand over his heart looking directly at you. This part is sincere and real. He shows you the before and after. Bored and destructive versus calm and understood. Your choice. He sits on the sofa in total peace. This is what happens when his needs are actually met. He stands on the street at dusk looking up. Even outside he carries the same quiet depth. He sits on the bathroom floor studying his own paw. Everything he is lives right there. He leans toward you across the kitchen table. He has always wanted this kind of connection. He stands before the mirror with his inner predator visible in the reflection. Both are real. He sits on the winter bench in the park, patient, present, waiting for you to understand. He stands in the library reading about himself, somewhere between amusement and recognition. He lies tucked into bed completely at peace. A settled cat is the understood cat. He stands in the morning kitchen light with eyes closed. He is grateful for this ordinary day. He stands beside you at the window looking out together. This is the relationship you built. He stands in the autumn park looking at you one last time with complete honest connection. He stands on the rooftop with arms open. He is bigger than any single behavior you judged. He sits cross-legged on the floor as your teacher. Everything he did was always a message. He leaps across the living room in pure, joyful motion. This is who he truly is inside. He walks beside you through the park, his tail brushing your leg. He chose you, every day. He rests his paw on the coffee table without pushing anything. He chose not to. That is growth. He lies on the rug beside you while you read. No agenda, just two beings sharing one space. He walks toward you with hands slightly open. He is always moving in your direction. He sits back to back with you on the floor, independent, but choosing to stay close always. He stands in the center of the full living room, looking at you. Now you finally know each other.